Hi Bobcats, it's Ms. Lee, and this video lesson is on the area of triangles. Alright, what is a triangle? A triangle is a three-sided figure. It's a closed figure. All three sides must meet. And the height has to be perpendicular to the base. So the height has to be perpendicular. Remember, when it's perpendicular, it makes this little right angle. So this is a right triangle, which means that it will have a height that is already perpendicular. But when you look at these other two triangles, you can see that the sides, that neither one of them are perpendicular to the base. So you have to look for those dotted in height lines. It goes from the highest point of the triangle straight down perpendicular to the base. So sometimes you'll see it inside the triangle. Sometimes they'll show you, they'll kind of extend it and show you on the outside of the triangle. But you're always going to look for that height that is standing straight and tall, that's perpendicular to the base. Okay, so we have an index card. What if we were to cut it diagonally, like this? What does it make? It makes two triangles, right? Well, what if we want to find the area of one triangle? Well, we know the area of the rectangle is what? Base times height. So how does the area of the triangle differ from the triangle of the area of the rectangle? That's right, it's half the size, isn't it? So the formula for the area of a triangle is half base times the height. So you're still doing the base times the height, but you're taking half of it. So let's put it to use. Okay, formula is going to be volume equals 1/2 base times the height. Now we just need to find our dimensions on our triangle. So the base is the bottom, so we're going to count it up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the base, B, the base length is going to be 6 units. And now we need to find the height. All right, is the left side or the right side or either one of those perpendicular to the base? No, they're not. So we have to look for the line that is, and we can see that it has been drawn for us on the inside of the triangle. So let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3. So the height is going to be 3 units. And now we just plug everything into our formula. V, we're looking for the, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself and nobody said anything. We're not looking for volume, are we? We're looking for area. Sorry about that. All right, we're looking for the area, so A is going to stay, the variable A is equal to 1/2, the base is 6, and the height is 3. There's our equation, and we're now ready to do the math. Recall, half of something means to divide it by 2. So I can do this mentally and make it easy for myself and look for one of the factors that's even and take half of it. Since the 6 is even, I'm going to take half of 6, and that's going to leave me 3. Then all I have to do is multiply it by the height, which is 3. So my area is going to be 9 units, and since this is two-dimensional, it's going to be squared. Let's try the next triangle. Again, the formula, area equals 1/2 base times height. A lot of students are great about writing down the correct formula, but when they solve it, they forget about the half. They multiply the base times the height, and they think that's the answer. Always remember to take half of it. The equation is going to be our base. We don't know the base, do we? We know the area this time, and we know the height. And this height is perpendicular to the base. It makes that right angle. So the equation is going to be 24.9 equals half. The base is B. We don't know what it is. And the height is 6. Okay, so again, I'm going to take half of this 6, half of the even number. Half of 6 is 3. So that's going to leave me 3B. And remember, multiplication, you can move them around. You can change the order because it's commutative, the commutative property. So that's why I just, in my head, I went ahead and put the half next to the 6, and half of 6 is 3. Don't know what B is, it stays a B. And bring down my area. And now we solve it just like we do any equation. We're going to divide both sides by 3. And we're going to get 8.3 equals, and our 3's simplify to 1b, or just b. So our base is going to be 8.3 centimeters. It's not squared because it's only one dimensional. We're just looking for that one dimension. Take a look at our next triangle. Ooh, it's got a fraction. Lucky for us, it's a fraction we can easily convert. 9.75. So if you don't like dealing with fractions, change it, convert it to a decimal. Formula, area equals 1/2 base times the height. Let's write our equation. This time we are looking for the area. It's going to be 1/2 times the base, which they just have the triangle upside down. The base is at the top, that's fine. 9.75 times the height of 7. And this height is perpendicular to the base. Now we're just going to do the math. Unfortunately, we don't have an even factor. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply first. I'm going to multiply 9.75 times 7. And I'm going to get 68.25. So 1/2 times 68.25. Big equal sign here. And now I need to multiply 68.25 times 1/2. So what I'm really doing is dividing it by 2. And it's going to get me 34.125. And it is feet squared. We are looking for the area this time, so it is feet squared. And that's all there is to it. Again, make sure you don't forget about this half. If you don't want to take half of something, if you don't want to deal with a half at first, you could always multiply. Area equals 1/2, multiply the 6 times 3 and get 18. Then divide the 18 by 2. You still get the same answer. You still get your 9 units. All right, good luck.